Welcome to Right is Wrong with Brian and Tom. Here are Brian and Tom. I'm not sure which is which since I'm a robot. Enjoy!
Fascism in progress.
Yay. Oh, hang on one second, because I did write something mean like a month ago about Trump. I just want to make sure I'm not arrested. You never know. It's like, oh, there's somebody at the door. And it's like, oh, no, that's just a porch pirate. Oh, they're just stealing my Amazon packages. No big deal. No big deal. Wow, what a relief.
I have to admit, I'm a little tired today. I went to a midnight screening of Melania last night, and it was great because it was like a Rocky Horror type thing where everyone acted as Slovenian sex slaves during the show. It was great.
By the way, you know that I read that 2/3 of the people on the credits for that don't want their names used.
Really? Yeah, they were
Yes,
embarrassed.
yes.
They just wanted to take their paycheck and run. They didn't want to be like actually involved.
But what I want to know is 1/3 of people want their names associated with that?
I always like when I hear 37% think Trump's doing a great job. I don't know where that 37% is, but there's always like about 1/3 that are into this, like really into this.
I don't get it.
So last time we spoke, we were infuriated by Renee Good, and then in the interim we had Preddy, and I'm afraid to wait another 2 weeks because God knows what'll happen in that interim.
I just can't believe that the two people that killed him, or it may have been, who knows how many people shot him. I mean, he had
There were
like
two
10,
apparently. That
but he has 10 bullets in him. And I mean, maybe they'll go on Fox and reveal them in the, on the masked Nazis, and,
Like
and we
the
can find out who did it. What? How can you not know? Like, they're on administrative leave, which means they're making more money than I am today.
Yeah. Well, I mean, most people are.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And now they're going back on Preddy's, like, apparently, and I don't know if this is true or not, because with AI and all but even if it is true, let's say it is true, I guess like 10 or 11 days before he was murdered, he spit, and then he like knocked out a taillight or something, or he kicked out or punched out a taillight.
So there's a lot of chatter about whether that, and this is the problem we have now in the world, and I don't see any way out of it, but we don't know if that's a real video, if it's a fake video, if it's AI, if he did it. I mean, it used to be you saw a video, a guy did it. Now it's like, I don't know what video is real anymore. Who did what? Did he do that? Did he really kick out the taillight? Is it fake? Like
Right, but the people that murdered him must be hoping that it's fake, because if it is real, then it's premeditated murder.
Right, or it's unrelated, and they're like, they just happen to be. I mean, there's just no way of knowing what's real and what's not real. I mean, I don't.
Maybe he had restless leg syndrome, and he just like that's how he kicked the thing. I mean, it's absolutely irrelevant. No, it's irrelevant. Like,
he had he has a condition where he gets violent reactions to red lights. It's just happens to some people.
So it's like he kicked out a taillight. These ice fuckers are going around and smashing in windshields with babies and dogs, and just like, and he kicked out a headlight. Ooh, what is that going to cost? $60?
It's like it's got to
somebody living in the trunk.
There's a human reaction, which I think I've become a victim of, where I got so much outrage and frustration and anger about what's happening that it's circled back around to apathy. Like, I'm just so tired of like being so upset all the time that I don't know if it's, what is the limbic system? Is that a thing? Did I just make that up?
It's a defense mechanism. Your body or your mind is protecting yourself.
I'm like shutting down because it's just, and there was actually, it's funny, when I was driving my kid to school this morning, there was one guy on the street on the cornerstone intersection in my town. There was one guy, and he was there yesterday with a sign protesting. And I was like, I love that guy. I don't know him, but he just had a sign. He was like, we need to resist. Yesterday, I think he said like, defund ICE, but there's no one else there. Same guy every morning at like before 8 o'clock, just standing there. And I'm like, that guy woke up this morning, made a sign, and went out to the corner and stood there. And I'm like, he's doing what he can. You know?
Yeah, he's a hero.
Yeah. And then I was like, I don't have the right to feel tired and fatigued because I haven't done that much other than this, and also just be, talking to anybody that'll listen.
Yeah.
But like that guy, I mean, to have the energy to do that in the morning and stand out there, I mean, you feel like you have to do something.
Well, look at the people in Minnesota. I mean, I grew up on the East Coast, and it was called, I went to college in Boston, I've experienced cold weather before. And
That's-
even in my 20s, like dressing up and being in good shape and putting on hats and gloves and I could stand out there for maybe 15 minutes. These guys, and granted, when you're amongst lots of people, it's a little warmer, but it's negative 30 degrees. They're out there for 6 hours. What the fuck?
Yeah, I know. And they're actually going up to the front of the facility, government facility, and approaching. They're actually actively in their faces. You know, they're not as passive, because sometimes you go out there and you're standing around. They're actually on boots on the ground trying to fight back, as opposed to being in like San Francisco and marching where there's no, real threat.
Yeah.
There's no like physical threat. And in Minnesota, there actually could be shot.
I have a bunch of friends who live in Minnesota. They said it's so much worse than anything you're seeing on even the most, honest website or honest news.
So why
post.
aren't we seeing that stuff?
There's helicopters. They said constantly. There's so many people there. I mean, this is just abject terror that serves no purpose except, Stephen Miller. I had to check my diary, and I got the same number. I got the same number of votes for president as Stephen Miller did.
By the way, Stephen Miller's presidency is worse than Donald Trump's. It's like people voted for Trump, and what they really got was Bondi and Miller.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And the amazing thing is that Stephen Miller is living on a military base at our expense. He's living on a military base because people wrote some mean words in chalk in front of his house. Chalk. and the mean words were like PG rated. You can put this in Reader's Digest and it wouldn't get flagged. He is the biggest fucking pussy. I don't know what happened to him, but you know what? You got to get him out.
I mean, how do you get him out? He's employed it's not like you can vote him out or there's no mechanism.
Well, the mechanism is Kristi Noem versus him. He has to lose, which is not going to happen.
No,
but that would be the mechanism. Is that
Kristi Noem is not? She could throw him under the bus, but she sort of already has. She said, "I take my orders from the president and Stephen Miller," and nothing happened. But she's not going to be. These are the kind of people that actually thrive. Like Stephen Miller's the kind of person that thrives on that kind of pushback, and he's probably used to it his whole life. He probably was. As a teenager, when he was an obnoxious prick, his parents probably disciplined him and he didn't care. And he's used to getting that kind of pushback and he likes it. I think he actually thrives on that.
Oh,
so I don't think Kristi Noem throwing him under the bus is going to be enough.
Right. But I mean, that is a possibility if everybody throws him under the bus. It's a possibility, but they'll just be replaced with somebody. I don't want to say equally bad.
No, there is no one equally bad.
There is nobody equally bad.
I mean, you'd have to do like a reality show competition to find someone. The next Stephen Miller. And you'd have to have it would be very hard to find anyone as slimy and sleazy as that. I'm trying out a couple new. I need your feedback for Pam Bondi. What sounds better? Cunt-torney general or attorney cunterol?
Oh, the first one.
Okay.
The first one, basically. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm trying these new terms out, and sometimes I can't. I don't know what has a better ring to it.
This episode is brought to you by TikTok. If you hate the truth, then you'll love us. Get some TikTok today. Now with 90% more censorship and lies.
Even before all Trump got back in our lives, I never wanted to live to be 100. I'm not one of those people. But I want to live long enough to see all these fucks die in prison. That's
Miller's pretty young. He's pretty young. That might be challenging.
No, I don't think so. Because if Stephen Miller ever wound up in prison, he'd be
shivved.
They would beat the shit out of him he'd be shivved in like 15 seconds.
That's actually the name of my movie I'm writing. Shivved in 15 seconds.
And you have distributors, except they want you to pad the movie a little bit. It's a little short. It's a little short for national release.
I have distributors, but I haven't even written it yet. That's how good the title is. Yeah.
And the show times are every 30 seconds because you gotta have 15 seconds to get the people out of the movies.
I just don't know how Stephen Miller. It's one of these things where when you have a shadow, like a puppet government, and I'm sure it's true in other countries too, right? These strong men all have these like secretive cabal of loyalists there's just no mechanism by which you can get rid of those people. Eventually, maybe they get like killed in some sort of sting or operation or opposition uprising. But this country is not like that yet.
No, but all of these people are surrounded by loyalists. But the advantage, and again, I don't know if this will come to fruition, but it's the only thing I have to hang on to, is that they treat people horribly. Like Trump treats everybody horribly. Stephen Miller treats everybody horribly. Maybe one of these people would be like, I can't take it. I got to take one for the team.
Well, you know what's funny? I was watching Todd Blanche this morning because he was quote unquote releasing the Epstein files.
Yeah.
Which is like, it keeps happening today we're releasing the Epstein files. And then another 2 weeks go by, we're releasing more. But anyway, he was giving a press conference about it. And I was watching his face because I was curious. Because he's like Trump's attorney, his personal attorney. Yeah. And I was trying to figure out by looking at his face whether he was obviously just the same bullshit. Nothing's going to come of it. And he was doing Trump's bidding and Pam Bondi's bidding. I don't know why Pam Bondi didn't give this press conference. Maybe she's too afraid to come out. But I was looking at him and I'm like, does he like what he's doing? Because I was looking for facial tics. And I saw him blink a few times and I was trying to read his face. And he looked like a hostage, you know? But at the same time, he's been doing this for a long time.
He's been doing it for a long time. And you know what? Resign. You got enough money. You got enough money. Resign.
But that's what I'm wondering. Like, does he must to a certain extent, you can't live with yourself that long if you don't believe what you're doing. Can you?
I don't understand how any of these people sleep at night, frankly. And yes, I do, because it's Mike Lindell, My Pillow. No, I don't understand.
Hey, if you haven't slept on a My Pillow, believe me, that can put the most hardened asshole to just instant sleep.
They don't look at the end game. And first of all, how can you go to any place? You can't go out to dinner unless you shut the restaurant down or you get a table in the back of a private room. You can't mingle with the public.
They don't need to. Like, do you mingle with the public?
Yeah. I talked to the waitress and the bartender.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, that's what they've traded in for this life, is that they don't need to mingle with the public anymore. They probably were like, I did that for 45 years. I mean, Todd Blanche,
they like to get attention. These people like to get attention.
Todd Blanche can probably still go out because, like, not everybody knows what he looks like, I think.
I don't know.
You know?
Yeah,
I mean, at least outside of DC. Outside of DC. I mean, if Todd Blanche were in, like, Wichita, Kansas at a restaurant, nobody's going to know who that guy is.
Probably not.
But, you know, in DC, in the DC circles, there's places where the right wing and these guys are heroes, right? And there's, like, certain restaurants that are carved out for these assholes, and they go there and they have their steaks and their martinis, and it's fine. You know, they're not going into Panera Bread.
Well, you heard that a lot of places in Minnesota have signs up that said we do not serve ice here. Everybody's like, oh, they can't get food.
I know.
It's like, you fuckers took a case to the Supreme Court about a woman who didn't want to make a fucking wedding cake for a gay couple.
I know.
After the fucking Supreme Court.
The whining is ridiculous. It's like you violate civil rights during the day, and then at night you're like, I can't eat at Outback Steakhouse because they have a sign in the window. I mean, it's just...
Well, the whole thing is, every rule applies to us. 0 rules apply to them.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it in a nutshell.
Yeah. I mean, ICE is incredible. It didn't exist until like 22 years ago. And so there's this whole thing about like abolish ICE, don't abolish. I mean, the abolish ICE movement is not so crazy considering that this is not an old organization that has like grandfathered in for 100 years. It's not an institution that is so endemic and important to the United States that it just can't be. I mean, this was a new thing based on 9/11, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So now it's obviously been morphed and mutated into something terrible. So just get rid of it.
Yes, and the responsibility for any of this stuff can be picked up by other agencies.
Well, they're doing. I mean, they're already like the agencies are already all mingled and conflated together. Like Tulsi Gabbard, who's in the CIA, was somehow involved in the FBI raid on the Fulton County. When Todd Blanche was asked this morning about that, he's like, well, we have a holistic approach where all the agencies work together. I'm like, okay, so the CIA works with the FBI going into Fulton County. I don't understand how we can just accept that our own intelligence agencies working against our own election officials as some sort of like, well, we just all work together. You know, we're a holistic So all these agencies are all like mixed up into all the evil stuff they're doing anyway.
Right. And actually now and maybe you can explain this to me, but
by the way, I can't. Just whatever you're about to say, I can't.
A preemptive no.
No, I just can't.
Why is ICE? ICE is apparently where they're going to try and patrol the streets at the Italy Olympics.
Right.
Why? I don't even understand the logic. And you can't, like, to protect our athletes? I don't understand any of this. They have no jurisdiction there. They can't go there.
It's
and
impossible
if they do go
to
there,
understand.
they should be arrested.
Yeah, it's impossible to understand how all this stuff happens. I think at the end of the day, all these things hit the same roadblock, is that there's no answer. I mean, what are you going to do if ICE goes to Italy? You're not going to arrest 5,000 ICE agents in Cortina or wherever you know what I'm saying? It's a flood the zone approach where you can't react in a way that, I mean, Minnesota is a perfect example. They flooded the zone. They have more ICE agents than they have Minneapolis police, and 3,000 ICE.
3,000 to like 500 or 600.
Right. So it's
almost 10 to 1.
You can't arrest 3,000 federal agents, right? So you can't do anything. It's like if 15 armed people stormed your house and you had 5 of you in your house, you're cooked.
This sounds like exactly, did I tell you what happened last night? Or, oh, you're ad-libbing. Oh, sorry.
I would have thought you would have led with that if 15 armed people stormed your house. Now it's just, a typical night in LA, happens. Just happens. I mean, we vent and we yell and scream, and then you have to ask, like, what are we supposed to do here? Because Don Lemon was arrested, and not that Don Lemon is somehow I say it like, well, we're at the end game. Don Lemon was arrested. But I mean, it doesn't end. It doesn't stop. It's not like we get
He was arrested for reporting as a journalist peacefully inside a church for the church demonstration. And he's arrested because he's black and he's gay. That's one of the reasons.
Well, also because he's been speaking out. He's a symbol for the Trump administration to say, if you have a voice, and it's low-hanging fruit also because he actually isn't employed by CNN anymore.
Yep. And so there's nobody there's no organization to protect him.
There's no like corporate entity that's behind him. I'm surprised because Chris Cuomo's been coming out. I don't know why I'm saying Chris Cuomo. Chris
Cuomo.
It's like a tongue twister. Say Chris Cuomo, Chris Cuomo. But he's been speaking out against what's been going on his feed. No love lost for Chris Cuomo because he became kind of, I don't know, he went
toxic.
Rogue. A little bit, yeah. But he's been going after what they've been doing. And he doesn't have any corporate. I don't know if News Nation has a corporate entity. But,
yeah, I mean, not really. It's like the OAN of the middle.
Yeah, it's owned by like the Piggly Wiggly Corporation or something. I don't know who. I mean, these people are just, it's dangerous to speak out now if you have a voice.
It's just disgusting. I mean, something will happen because something happens every second.
No, but what's going to happen? I mean, how are we going to get out of this?
I think the only way to get out of it is somehow Trump dies or is incapacitated and J.D. Vance doesn't have a fucking following. Are you kidding?
None of these people, like, no, there's no Republican. I mean, there's 2 or 3, Tom Tillis. There's a couple people periodically that say something. And then you have your local officials, obviously, of your Waltzes and your Jacob Fries. And, they do what they can. But you don't have any national figures with any power doing anything.
Caitlin Collins interviewed J.D. Vance. I don't know if it was today or last night. She basically said, so you agree that people that go into federal buildings or whatever should be arrested? And he said, yes, absolutely. And then her follow-up question, which was then, why didn't anything happen to the people on January 6th?
Yeah. Well, they all got arrested and they got put in jail, but then they got pardoned. I mean, it's more like why didn't something happen to them, but why are you pardoning? It's gotten to the point where it's bald-faced, good for the goose, good for the gander. And in this case, someone's the goose and someone's the gander. But like, apparently, if you are on one side of the spectrum, you can do X. If you're on the other side, you cannot do X. Now they're just transparent about it. Yeah. If you're right-wing and you storm the Capitol and you wanted Trump to be president, you're fine. If you're left wing and you don't want ICE to kill your fellow citizens, you cannot be in a federal building or near a federal building.
Yes. I mean, they have transformed. The American dream is dead. The new American dream is don't get shot by ICE. That's a new American dream. It really is.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
fucking sad, but that's the way it is now. One side can do everything with impunity, including murder, and the other side can't do anything. They have arrested witnesses who weren't even pointing cell phones, who were just there that they have on camera.
yeah.
And I'm sorry, you're scared of an iPhone? You're scared of a pair of eyes?
Yep.
Like, okay, so if I have the iPhone 17, am I in more trouble than if I have the iPhone 13?
Yeah. Yeah. The better your camera, the more likely you are to get arrested.
Yeah.
Oh, what is that? Oh, that's an iPhone 7? Oh, you can't see shit.
Let him go.
Exactly.
Where you're shooting in 4K? No.
Yeah. No. You can see every pore. So as you know, well, you may not know, but if you follow the ins and outs of the madness, this is actually pretty funny. Trump is suing the United States because he feels like the IRS betrayed him by releasing his tax information. So he's suing the United States, or more specifically the IRS, for what is it, $10 billion?
$10 billion.
$10 billion.
And the U.S. Treasury for $10 billion over a leak of his tax records.
Right.
$10 billion.
Wait, I don't know if you can sue an entire organization for a leak.
He's just going to take the money.
I'm trying to understand. Isn't the IRS under the executive branch?
Yeah, but he's just going to take the money and put it into his pocket.
Right. I love to suing everybody. So we decided that it would make sense for us to follow suit by suing Trump. So we're going to sue Trump for various violations.
By the way, I did some math, and since approximately 1973, there have been 4,300 lawsuits against Trump, which makes one every 4.2 days. So he's getting sued since so basically over the last, 50 years, he's been getting sued an average of nearly twice a week.
If he doesn't get sued, he actually feels kind of bad. It would be like not getting a text. Like, why is anybody suing me today? What am I doing wrong? He's probably sued as many times as he's been sued, though. I mean, he's always suing.
He's President Karen.
ABS, always be suing. I almost said ABC. That's how tired I am. Yeah. ABS, always be suing. All right, so I've decided to file my first lawsuit that I just filed is that I am suing Trump for $1 million for willful destruction of the phrase, "this can't get any worse." Because every time I've said it can't get any worse while he was president, it got worse. And so that phrase has no meaning to me anymore. And I'm seeking $1 million in retribution for that.
I am seeking $342 gazillion for sneaking a trailer for Melania in during a football game.
Oh, that is bad.
Can't act.
That is bad.
Yep.
And you weren't even ready for that. It was unsuspecting.
I thought it was going to be another Cialis commercial.
I'm suing Trump for $10 million for defamation of reality, for making truth feel optional and facts seem like they can be something other than facts. See, because my whole life, I believed that facts were facts, and he has now defamed reality. So I will be seeking $10 million.
Good for you, Tom.
I mean, look, I got to get mine. It's time.
I am going to be suing Trump $40 billion for ruining the color red. I can't look at a cardinal anymore without rage, or eat a strawberry, or drink sangria, or wear my Phillies hat, or light a fire, or look at anything made of bricks, or stop at a stop sign.
I am suing for $100 gazillion for tampering with time perception, because Trump has made 2017 feel like both yesterday and also 40 years ago. I don't know what time is anymore, and it's bad, and I need to get some accountability.
These years he's stolen from us shouldn't count against our age.
Yeah, I'd be able to go back to 10 years ago, to the age I was 10 years ago, before 10 years of my life were sucked away from me.
Yes, God should just rewind 10 years, and then, or Dr. Oz can make Botox free.
Or maybe jump forward 10 years to when he's dead.
That's even better.
Yeah.
I'm suing Trump for 280,000 quadrillion zillion dollars for delegitimizing math. No, you can't reduce the price of things by 600%. No, you didn't prevent 390 million fentanyl deaths. No, you didn't stop 9 wars. No, you don't weigh 215 pounds. No, you're not 6'3". No, your wife doesn't love you. Oh, sorry, not a number. The last time you told the truth about a number was in 2021 when you asked Georgia to find 11,780 votes for you.
Yeah, exactly. It was weirdly accurate, considering this is a person who's never accurate.
He's never accurate.
No.
He doesn't even know how many times he's been married.
I have just now, in the last hour, filed a $1 trillion lawsuit against Trump for reckless endangerment of the future, for convincing a generation that chaos is just how power works, that cruelty is a leadership style, and that empathy is a weakness, for burning the idea that institutions, laws, or even basic decency might protect anyone. Reckless endangerment of the future.
Oh, if there is a future, reckless endangerment.
Or maybe even like eliminating the future. I'm not sure. I didn't want to see, I want my suit to succeed, so I had to use my words carefully.
There's reckless endangerment of the present. That's for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
I am suing Trump for $7,000 trillion for mutilating the English language and making my college degree useless.
Yeah, I mean, does it even matter if you have a degree anymore?
No.
Loyalty. It's only like I should have like a my resume just has loyalties on it now. Here's who I'm loyal to. I am suing Trump for $2 trillion for forced familiarity with constitutional law, for making regular people like me say things like emoluments clause before I even have my morning coffee. I don't need to know that stuff.
It's great. And also the amendments. I don't need to know the amendments.
No, I don't want to hear about the 25th. The 25th Amendment was a non-thing to me until recently.
And so is the First Amendment. And the Third Amendment and the Fourth and the 14th.
You just lived your life under the understanding that we were all following the amendments.
Yeah, it's horrible. And finally, I am suing Trump for $355 Ricky Pillion.
Oh, Rick Pillion.
I don't know. I was just trying to think of something that sounded like
I went to high school with Ricky Pillion. He was a good guy. Richard Pillion.
I'm suing Trump for $355 Ricky Pillion for making me breathe in shittier air and dirtier water just so you and your billionaire douchebag patrol can buy that 87th yacht.
Yep, totally. By the way, the douchebag patrol is got to be something.
It was just a punk band in Australia.
I was gonna say it's the grown-up version of Paw Patrol for adults.
Grown-up version of
Douchebag patrol, douchebag patrol. All right, well, listen, thanks for hanging in there with us, folks.
Yeah, come back in 2 weeks, see who else got killed.
Yeah, fingers crossed that we don't have another ICE murder in the next 2 weeks. That's what I wish for when I wake up now. Yeah. All right, well, thanks for listening, folks.
Hopefully Don Lemon will be out of jail by then. I can't believe I have to say that. Wow. Unbelievable. See ya.
Thanks for listening to Right is Wrong with Brian and Tom. Please follow us on social media and anti-social media. But please don't follow us while we're running errands. We're paranoid enough as it is. See you next time, human beings.